technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Now, viewers, we all know how the United States has been singling out India quite inexplicably in imposing tariffs, now to the tune of 50%, and they've already come into effect. The world has witnessed the tantrums and policies guided by President Trump's own ego and his whims and fancies. Yet the opposition has been quick to latch on to every word of the American president as the gospel truth. At a time when India should be united against such tactics and there should be bipartisanship, the opposition remains firm on politicizing the matter. The latest instance is that of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, who has brought in parochial politics. Mr. Stalin has made it about Tamil Nadu versus Gujarat. He claimed that while Tamil Nadu was suffering due to tariffs, Gujarat's oil refineries were beneficiaries as a result of relatively reasonable prices that we're paying for Russian oil. Mr. M.K. Stalin's comments spoke about the specific challenges that have been faced by those involved in the textile industry in Tirupur, which is a major garment manufacturing hub in the state of Tamil Nadu. Remember that this isn't the first time that Mr. Stalin has criticized the centre's policies or accused it of favoring Gujarat over Tamil Nadu. Here's why Stalin mentioned Tirupur. It's known as the knitwear capital of India. The district also plays an important role in the Indian textile sector. It employs over 9 lakh people. It also exports goods worth a whopping rupees 45,000 crores. Now, with the tariff now expected to make an impact of approximately rupees 12,000 crore, at least that's the estimate. While India is maneuvering through challenging times now with the imposition of these tariffs and negotiating trade agreements with the United States as well as other countries, and while talks continue with the American counterparts, the question is this really the time for domestic politics to trump India's interests?
Trump has announced his tariff is because India is continuing buying cheaper Russian crude oil. They say this is a geopolitical strategy. Russia is our oldest friend. Fine, we are okay. But to whom does this benefit accrue to? Does it translate to lesser oil prices for the common man? No. Because it wants to reach the pockets of Mr. Ambani. Should the common man suffer? Should Tamil Nadu suffer? Because Ambani wants to become the most richest man. They've already made Adani the second richest man. Now they are on track to make Ambani the second richest man or the most richest man. At whose expense? That is the question everybody is asking. Why is Modi not answering this? This is a very, very sensitive issue and the common man is affected. See, if they have imported cheap crude oil and slashed the petrol diesel prices to 50 rupees, to 60 rupees, the entire country would be standing behind Mr. Modi. But instead, he chose to line the pockets of Mr. Ambani. That is the reason everybody is opposing it. It is national interest. This Russian cheap crude oil is not brought for national interest.
Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party has hit out at the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin. They've advised him to have an India-first mindset.
National interest is supreme. And there is a great tradition of nationalism from Tamil Nadu. Karunanidhi ji, all the other great leaders from his and Karunanidhi ji, others have worked in national cause. There have been others like Murasuli Maran ji and others from the Maran family. Mr. Stalin, as the Chief Minister, would need to reflect whether saying something that undermines national interest, and that too in a sensitive period between India and the United States, would that be a correct approach? And in one nation, our national interest comes supreme.
This is an irresponsible and immature statement from him. A chief minister who doesn't know what is international trade is definitely, it is surprising, shocking, and it is very unfortunate that he has spoken like this. See, if we have not purchased this crude oil from Russia, what America would have done? Russian crude oil, nobody in the world would have purchased. So we have purchased it in a very lesser price. What does Mr. Stalin trying to say? For silly politics, he is trying to blame the government and the Prime Minister. This is irresponsible. That's what we say. So He's accusing that Gujaratis have taken this. All our Indian owned companies, Indian Oil, HPCL.
Well, Dharani, a question that many people are asking is that while Mr. Stalin might be entitled to talk about the fate of the textile industry in Tirupur as a result of the imposition of 50% tariffs by the American administration, why is it that he decided to invoke Gujarat? Is this not playing petty politics, and can this all be divorced from the 2026 state assembly elections to be held in Tamil Nadu?
So yesterday, the DMK and its alliance partners, they held a protest in Tirupur district of Tamil Nadu to condemn the Union BJP government for failing to address the issues that are being faced by the textile industry in light of the increased US tariff. And now Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has put out this very controversial tweet. He says that, for a few oil refineries in Gujarat to purchase oil, crude oil from Russia at cheaper prices, why should the textile owners and workers from Tirupur suffer is the bigger question that is being raised by Stalin. The BJP calls this question very immature. They say that Stalin doesn't have any understanding about geopolitics or international trade. That is why he is making such unwarranted statements. And it is time for him to learn all these topics, is what the BJP says. In fact, the BJP also goes ahead and says that Stalin should learn to put the interest of India first before all the petty politics. That is the comment that we're looking at from the BJP on this regard. At this point, it is turning out to be a fully blown war of words between the DMK and the BJP here in the state of Tamil Nadu. The Chief Minister is right now in a foreign trip to Germany and London, and he himself has not reacted to this controversy yet. So we have to wait and see if he is reacting to this himself.
Absolutely. Dharani, stay with us because we have some more developments related to this particular story. Now, amid the rising trade tariff tensions, the American President Donald Trump has intensified his criticism of India's trade policies, calling the economic relationship between the two countries as completely one-sided. Now, while he was speaking from the Oval Office, President Trump accused India of imposing some of the highest tariffs in the world, also suggesting that this imbalance had persisted for several years. He also claimed that while Indian companies benefited from access to the American market, American businesses face steep trade barriers in response.
We get along with India very well, but India has, you have to understand, for many years it was a one-sided relationship. Only now since I came along, and because of the power that we have with tariffs, India was charging us tremendous tariffs, about the highest in the world. They were about the highest in the world, number one. And we therefore weren't doing much business with India, but they were doing business with us because we weren't charging them. Foolishly, we weren't charging them. So they would send in massive, everything they made, they'd send it in, pour it into our country. Therefore, it wouldn't be made here, which is a negative. But we would not send in anything because they were charging us 100% tariffs. And, I'll give you an example. Harley Davidson couldn't sell into India. There was a 200% tariff on a motorcycle. So what happens? Harley Davidson went to India and built a motorcycle plant. And now they don't have to pay tariffs. Same thing as us. So what we're doing is literally thousands of companies are coming into the U.S., car companies, AI, but, more traditionally car companies. We have so many car company factories under construction or being designed right now. And they're coming from China, they're coming from Mexico, I must tell you, and they're coming from Canada, a lot of them coming from Canada. But they're coming into our country because they want to build here. And they want to build here for two reasons. Number one, they'd like to be here. And number two, the tariffs are protecting them. And number three, they want to avoid paying tariffs. When they build their cars here, they don't have any